Welcome to the TGG, and if you're watching this video, you're here to find out the best Brimstone lineups on Fracture. Brimstone is one of the best controller agents if you know how to use his abilities correctly. This article will show you just that, so without wasting any more time, here are the best Brimstone lineups on Fracture. Brimstone is a very important agent for any team composition on Fracture. Even though he's recently got buffs and nerfs from Riot Games, he still maintains popularity in rated games, especially on Fracture. Starting off with attacking A site, we have a lineup 5 from the bottom of A drop that lands on A site. This is best used when you and your team are playing in a post-plant situation. The entryways to A site are very tight and small, so playing around these areas is subsequently very popular. This lineup will stop enemy agents getting on from A main to A site. Stand in the corner at the bottom of A drop, just by the entrance to A dish. Aim directly upwards just above the second metal bar in the roof above. You should use this lineup immediately after you hear enemy agents defusing, as it does take a while to come down. Moving over to our second lineup of the video, we will be mollying the default plant spot on A site from A hall. Get your teammates to plant behind the steel box in A hell on A site, and this lineup is perfect. This is a great lineup in a post-plant situation, but be careful of being flanked. Locate the line on the wall at the back of A hall and back up onto it. Look up at the glass, aim roughly where we do, and jump throw. Before you throw, Brimstone's thumb should be roughly just to the left of the centre of the 4 glass panels. This works excellently as the Incendiary bounces and creates an AoE damage circle on the spike. Moving on to one of the best Brimstone lineups on Fracture, we will be starting in the corner by A doors on A rope. Stand against the grey beam on the wall. This lineup is not only great in a post-plant situation, but also when playing retake on defense if need be. Potential defusing enemy agents will massively struggle to hold the site if you use this lineup. Brimstone's Incendiary icon and his Sky Smoke icon have a small white line in between. Place the line across the piece of roofing we aim at. This needs to be crucially accurate, which it is if you practice, so make sure to do that before jumping into rated matches. Arguably another contender for the best lineup in this guide, we have an Incendiary for A heaven from A rope. Once again, we recommend using this in a post-plant situation as long as you plant it in A heaven. You are somewhat at risk from enemy defenders retaking from defender side spawn, so make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Stand next to the box at the top of the rope in A rope and turn and face the entryway. This lineup will need you to crouch shoot the Incendiary, so don't forget to. Aim just above the edge of the wall in front of you, blocking off A site from your vision, just like we have. After firing, the Incendiary should bounce just off of a wall just before A site and land in A heaven. If you want some good Incendiary spots, we have some for you here. This is because occasionally, whilst attacking, you will just need to quickly block off or clear an area, whether it be to attack a site or prevent defenders from defending one. This general Incendiary spot is only really to be used if you don't have a Sky Smoke available, but it acts as another deterrent, just not as well. You will need to push through A doors and fire your Incendiary anywhere into A ropes. This is risky as someone could be waiting, but if you use it regardless, it will prevent enemy agents from getting up the ramp to the top of A ropes, meaning a safe entrance onto A site. Before we move over to attacking B site lineups for Brimstone or Fracture, please drop a like and subscribe down below, as well as commenting what lineup you think is the most OP so far. Back to the video. Planting in B cubby is usually seen as the best and safest way when attacking B site, but if your teammate defending from B tower is killed, you might be struggling. This lineup will help you completely negate that, as well as making sure you don't die in a post-plant situation too. You want to begin by standing wedged in between the 2 boxes in B tree. Aim your crosshair at the corner of the roof in front of you, just where it peaks, then slightly raise your crosshair and fire. As you can see, the Incendiary AoE covers the whole of B cubby on B site, meaning you will have time to swing the corners and push up to help your team defend the spike. The next lineup we have for you will land in the default plant position on B site. These lineups are crucial to learn so you can use them to defend the spike every round. Stand in B arcade, just in the corner where the walls connect. Enemy defenders will not be able to defuse the spike. Alternatively, this can be used to help take B site earlier in the round, forcing any enemy agents lurking here to move. Aim up at the leaf, specifically to the top side of the branch we aim at, and then the second leaf from the end as well. The Incendiary will bounce, meaning it covers the whole area surrounding the green boxes on A site, including the hiding hole on the other side. For another B cubby lineup, but this time from the other side of B site, you'll be standing in B bench to start off with. Stand right in the corner where the walls connect, just as you see us do. This lineup is very good if there are defensive tools in the way and you cannot push to defend your spike. You'll need to aim the top of your left click fire icon on your HUD after selecting the Incendiary ability at the roof. The point you'll need to aim at is the corner of the panel that is bent and is falling off. This is just below the missing panel's bottom right corner. The lineup can be used in a post-plant situation or earlier on in the round to prevent enemy defenders from holding B cubby. Other agents need some lineup love on Fracture. Luckily, we've got you covered. Our detailed lineup guide list includes the likes of Viper, Raze, KO, Killjoy, Sova, Phoenix, and Fade. Moving over to defensive side lineups, we will start on A site. As we explained in our Fracture map guide, on defense, Brimstone just needs to use his sky smokes and Incendiary to block off entryways and choke points. This prevents enemy attackers from pushing. The best spots on A site to do this are A drop, A hall and A main. You can also do it for the top of A rope to prevent enemy attackers pushing through A door and flanking your team from defender side spawn and A link. Defending B site is a lot harder, as the potential ways that enemy attackers can come from are more varied, with the B tunnel allowing enemy attackers to rotate if you block off a choke point. This Incendiary is very reliable, as enemy agents usually push up B main, meaning if you fire your Incendiary at the top, you'll easily slow down a push. You can also fire an Incendiary at the top of B tower. Similar to the strategy we employed when firing one at the top of A rope, this will prevent enemy attackers from getting the high ground and attacking your defending teammates from an unexpected angle. That's sadly all we have time for today, TGG fans. Let us know what you think and which of our lineups you think is the most OP. We also have Brimstone lineups for every other map in the game, so you Brimstone mains can take your game to the next level all across the board. These include Haven, Bind, Fracture, Ascent, Breeze and Split. We'll catch you next time.